So I just released my March 2019 newsletter, and the topic was about knowing your value, appreciating yourself, knowing how important you are, knowing that you have so much light within you to shine into the world. And when you do that, everyone benefits, and most of all, you benefit from it. So if we go around throughout our lives feeling bad about ourselves, we are denying ourselves and everyone else we come in contact this upliftment and positivity and happiness that we could be spreading everywhere, you know? So what we have to do is to tap into that value, which means to feel good about ourselves, to allow ourselves to appreciate who we are, and most importantly, to accept who we are. That's the kicker. So oftentimes we feel like we have these parts of ourselves that aren't so polished. Maybe they're damaged. We say that they're broken. Maybe we think of ourselves as being a victim. Maybe we were a victim at one time. But when we do that, when we identify so strongly with those parts, we go out into our lives with that, projecting that into every interaction that we have with people. But what about the whole picture of us? What about all of us? We're just looking at one part of us that got damaged as a child or as an adult or anytime. Acceptance is so important. Acceptance is the key. And so often we feel like we're alone and unique and special in our brokenness. And I'm here to tell you, you're not. You are not. Accept who you are without judgment, without saying you're bad. Accept not just the light of you, not the light parts, but also the dark side, kind of like Star Wars. And then when you do that, they don't have so much of a hold over you. And you can even have a good laugh or a joke about it too. And that makes it easier to handle. When we ignore it, we strengthen it. When we ignore it and say, I'm not looking at that because that's too painful, or I hate that about myself, or I'm embarrassed or ashamed, that's when that thing, controls us more. The next thing, let go of the idea that you are broken. Let go of the idea that you're a victim. Let go of the idea that there's something wrong with you. I hate to break it to you, there's nothing wrong with you. Many of us grew up with abuse, or maybe addiction was present, or maybe we were abandoned, maybe we had parents who neglected us, who were absent emotionally or physically, or some combination of all those, or other things I haven't mentioned. But many of us were traumatized. But what we gotta do when we value ourselves is to not over-identify for the rest of our lives, or a good portion of our lives, by feeling broken, by feeling like we're a victim, because that will rob you, and it will rob everybody else. You deserve to feel good about yourself. You deserve to love yourself. And let's do a short tapping script about knowing our worth, knowing our value, and see if we can strengthen that and change and clear out some of the old programming that we have learned. So, tapping on the side of the hand, here we go. Even though I learned not to value myself, I choose to love myself anyway. Even though I learned to not appreciate who I am, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Tapping through the points. I did not learn to value myself. I had a lot of difficult experiences growing up. And a lot of these taught me I wasn't worth it. I was taught that I wasn't worthwhile. That I couldn't say no when I wanted to say no. That I wasn't respected. And so if no one respected me, why should anyone respect me now? I learned that I wasn't worth loving. And I am still feeling this way today. This has made my relationships very difficult. I often agree to things I don't want to agree to. I often comply when I don't want to. It's as if I've gotten lost somewhere a long time ago. And this is how I've been living my life up until now. This isn't working for me anymore. I know that there are good things about me. I've identified with this brokenness for too long. But there are some really great things about me. And I haven't been appreciating them. I've only been focusing on the negative. And I think I'm going to knock that off. Because I'm a really great person. And we all have things we're working on. We are all works in progress. I am not uniquely bad or broken. I am whole and complete just as I am. I know that I have tremendous value. I allow myself to have high self-esteem. Even if it feels weird at first, that's okay. Because I can strengthen that. I can change this about myself. I'm changing it on a cellular level. I'm clearing out anyone who taught me that I wasn't worth it. And I allow myself to feel good about myself. I allow myself to feel confident. There is no reason to feel bad about myself. There is no reason to feel like I'm still a victim. I was victimized at one time, but it's not happening anymore. That is in the past. The worst is over. I accept myself completely now. I allow myself to feel happy. And I love and accept myself. I allow myself to feel good. And I am worthy and deserving of feeling good. I am worthy and deserving of appreciating who I am. Because who I am is pretty darn cool. And I am so excited to step into this new way of being. Okay, take a deep breath, exhale, and see how you feel. See if you feel a little bit brighter, a little bit happier, a little bit stronger. And as you start to reclaim your worth and know your worth, do this tapping often. If you start to feel like you're getting down on yourself and putting yourself down, tap it out. Repeat often, because we're reprogramming some long-held stuff. So we need to kind of approach it with regular tapping and regular attention until we change that programming, and then it won't have such a strong hold over you. So remember, you have so much to give, and there is so much waiting for you to come into your life. So I hope that that has helped you. Questions or comments, leave it for me below the video. Thank you, everyone.